Okay, so enough about the world's problems, but actually we'll dig a little bit deeper into it. So lending is a big problem in the global economy right now. So what's messed up with TradFi lending markets?
That's a loaded question. I don't know. I don't know if anything's messed up with the lending itself. Like the problem, at least in the U.S. banking sector, is a combination of the regulations, the interest rates, and the bank's balance sheets.
Okay, so I guess the point of that question is leading into like, why do we need automated lending markets, and why do we need to move lending over to the DeFi space?
I think need is the wrong frame of reference. So why did we need cars? Why did we need iPhones? We didn't.
Good
Why
point.
do we want them? Because they're 100 times better than the way we're doing things today. And I think what's going on in commercial banking definitely emphasizes that. Now, Ajna is not a direct parallel to commercial banking. We Ajna doesn't create money; it just helps allocate money. But there are some parallels there in the sense that commercial banks are not transparent. That's why they fail. Commercial banks are bad risk managers because their incentives are misaligned. That doesn't happen in a protocol like Ajna because every individual becomes their own risk manager. So for me, it's not about changing the fundamentals of finance. It's about reorganizing who's taking the risk and giving people control over their finances again so you can have a truly decentralized financial primitive that doesn't rely on a trusted intermediary. Because the core problem with all of finance is trusted intermediaries.
Okay, so let's pause right there. So uh, let's kind of dumb it down a little bit, right? So let's like maybe let's talk about exactly what Ajna does and like the market that it's addressing, so like the lending markets in more detail.
Yeah. So given we're talking to a crypto audience here, I think the best analogy you can have for Ajna is Uniswap v3, if you're familiar with that. Uniswap v3 takes the different preferences of market makers. So you could be a market maker that provides a different price range where you want to provide liquidity, and it will aggregate all of those preferences into a common trading market. Ajna does the exact same thing, but for lending. So instead of taking market makers, we're taking lenders. They're telling us the price at which they're willing to lend against the asset, and we're aggregating all those different prices from the individual lenders into a common borrowing market. So just like Uniswap v3 can offer a full trading market without oracles, we can or governance for that matter, we can offer a full lending market without oracles or governance.
Nice. How is this safe? So, like, like, how does the system make sense?
Well, safe from whose perspective? Because the difference between this and something like
Or,
Compound and Aave,
yeah,
well, so
I guess
Compound and
like
Aave,
more
they
so
take the risk
safe
for you.
from like failing, safe from failing. Not so much like safe from like people losing money, but safe from like failing from like hacks or, like anything